Hi everyone, we are back and continuing with Macbeth, Act 5. We're going to pick up with Scene 4, but I'd like to quickly reiterate what we've just read. So in Scene 2, we saw that the Scottish forces are talking about abandoning Macbeth and joining with the English soldiers. In the next scene, Scene 3, Macbeth learns of this, right? However, he's kind of marching around this castle, which he fortifies called Dunsinane. All right, and this is in England. And he is very haughty and overconfident in his position of power. He does not believe at this moment in time that he is in danger of losing the throne. Okay, he might, but mostly he is putting all of his hopes in the witch's apparitions, right? He even says, and I have it here, "Fear not, Macbeth," talking in third person. "No man that's born a woman shall ever have power upon thee," right? The apparitions told Macbeth that no man born of woman could ever hurt him. So Macbeth is thinking, okay, well, everyone's born of a woman, so I guess nobody can hurt me, right? He has all of this confidence in the witches, and so he kind of marches around this castle with a certain air of confidence to him. And then later on in the scene, we learn that Lady Macbeth has thick coming fancies, right? And Macbeth is urging the doctor to cure her of that. All right. Now we're going to get into Scene 4, which is going to speak a little bit to those apparitions that we discussed in Act 4. So the synopsis. Scene 4, let me also say in your book, it tells us that this scene takes place in the country outside of, the castle. Okay, so we're going to be in the woods near Burnham, okay, in Burnham Woods in the country. Scene 4, we have drums and colors. We have enter Malcolm Seward, who is the English army general, right? The general of the English army, it's a better way of saying it. We have Macduff, we have Seward's son, who is probably about your age. He's a rough youth. Menteith, Caithness, very Scottish names, Angus, and soldiers, and they are all marching onward toward Macbeth. Malcolm calls out, "Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that Chambers will be safe." Menteith says, "We doubt it nothing." Seward, "What wood is this before us?" The soldiers Menteith says, "The wood of Burnham." Malcolm, "Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery err in report of us." This is a very important line. So Malcolm directs the soldiers to cut off the branches of the trees of Burnham, right? And basically wield them before them to act as camouflage so that as they approach, okay, the numbers will seem smaller, right? So they're trying to camouflage themselves. The soldiers all call back, "It shall be done." Seward then says, "We learn no other but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane and will endure our setting down before it." In other words, we learn that Macbeth is preparing for our oncoming siege. Malcolm says, "'Tis his main hope, for where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve with him, but constrained to things whose hearts are absent too." Malcolm is reporting that both the rich and the poor have revolted against him and joined our forces, right? And the ones that do fight with him have absent hearts. In other words, it's not in their heart to fight for him. Macduff says, "Let our just censures, in other words, our hope, attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership. The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative their unsure hopes relate, but certain issues strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war." So here they're basically, I'm just going to paraphrase this one for you. It's not as easy. They're basically saying, okay, we're talking a big talk here. Let's move forward and get on with this attack. Okay. And so the main point of this scene is that Malcolm has instructed these soldiers to camouflage themselves with the branches of Birnam wood, which, if you recall, the third apparition states, not till Birnam wood comes to Dunsinane will ever Macbeth be vanquished.